Our shuttle travelers have arrived safely. I was outside and heard rave reviews. I would just like to take the opportunity to thank LaShawn Catering for providing us some delicious hors d'oeuvres. Let's give them some love, show them. Give them a hand of applause. Also, Patrick Catering for providing bar service.
An area poised for incredible transformation. A region energized and ready for growth. Stakeholders united, forming one powerful voice to forge a new future. This is where you want to be. Downtown Pittsburgh and Oakland.
You can't do everything on your own when you're an entrepreneur. You need to have people to be here and support you. Again, as Jules said, I am a business owner in the Hill. I'm looking at some friendly faces out here and would love to get a chance to know all of you. I have my business located in 100 Square, where Jules is located, and I have a background that will be able to service most of you in the audience. And what I like to do, instead of telling you what my services are, I like to tell you how I help folks like Jules and like Lillian. My background is housing and economic development. I'm a CPA and I have an MBA from Pitt. And so some of my clients are CDCs who are putting together the brick and mortar. And one of the things that Jules Matthews said to me some time ago is he said, Francine, you should have done this. And I took a step out on faith and said, I'm going to do this. And I wanted to be specifically in the Hill. So I worked with Jules and Lillian for quite some time before I said, do you guys have any office space? And they said, absolutely. So I'm located in the Hill. I work with CDCs on their accounting and on their project management. I also have a fair amount of clients that are construction contractors, as well as social service nonprofits that I do accounting for. I go in and look at the systems that they have and give them ways to perform what they do on a day-to-day basis. And again, as an entrepreneur, you're wearing a lot of different hats, right? So I'm also certified financial advisor. So for those of you who are in business and need to make sure that your business can continue, as well as that you want to leave a legacy, I'm the one that can help you with that. I'm certified and I have security licenses, life accident health. But the biggest thing is I'm here to help you. And I really this evening appreciate the opportunities that Jules has given to me. And I would love to get to know all of you. And hopefully in a couple of years, like these gentlemen right here who are in 14 states, 126 employees, I would love to say that. And of course have my base here in the Hill District, because I think it's very important to always give back.
And what we're going to do with all this development is help real estate investors get the proper training so that they can go out and do projects of scale and so that everyone can participate regardless of what size private developer you are. I said, that's brilliant. What do we need to do? He said, we have a template from another state. We need to bring it here. We need to modify it for Pittsburgh. We need a nonprofit partner. We need a university partner. What can you do? I said, all right, first things first. Hillhouse EDC likes what we see. Count us in. Second thing, we need a university partner. So I am asking for those of you who have connections to those universities, when you hear about this, to think about who you may know to make a connection, because this is just a great, great training program that we really need to make working. So without further ado, I give you Sean Taylor and Derek Tillman.
Thank you very much. I want to, first of all, thank the Hillhouse EDC for giving us this opportunity. You will not find a greater organization, and I'm not saying that because I know Jules. I'm saying that because moving around and moving to some 30 different states and seeing what goes on in those states in the minority community, you don't find organizations that literally reach out to you and ask you, how can we help? Okay, so you have a jewel here with jewels. To my left is Derek Tillman. He will have a piece in this as well. But I want to go ahead and do this. The night is very well spent, so let me just sort of get started here. What is PACRE? P-A-C-R-E. What is PACRE? It's Pittsburgh Associates in Commercial Real Estate. It's a training initiative. It's a program And as Jules stated, it is a very successful program that we saw the need to bring to Pittsburgh. In a most recent Wall Street Journal article, there was an alarming statistic that stated that in the $1.5 trillion commercial real estate market, of the 100,000 or so that are employed in that industry, less than 1% was minorities. I'll say that again. Of a $1.5 trillion with a T dollar market, of 100,000 or so that are working in that industry, less than 1% were minorities. And so what we decided to do was, how can we bring something that can increase that participation, okay? As urban real estate begins to grow, as the core becomes more and more attractive, as real estate values begin to increase, diversity becomes an essential component to success in that segment of the market. Minorities know these urban areas. Many of you grew up in the Hill District. Many of you grew up in Garfield and in East Liberty and in now what they call the North Shore, which used to be called the North Side. And as you see these developments occurring, you will notice that the faces are not all of our persuasion. Okay, and now it's changing. There are developers that are coming in and are doing work here in the Hill, and that's great. But we want to try to increase those numbers. So minorities have a value. You are all very key to the success of these developments here in the city. PACR's mission is to help to equip those who have a desire to learn more about how they can make this successful. It's to equip them, and it's also to link them in. Further, we want to increase the numbers of minorities in the industry and also increase the capacity of those of you who already are in business but need more of a link in. We want to help you there. We want to do this by adding faces that mirror these developing communities by providing an introductory training and by introducing new leasing brokers, asset managers, developers, and real estate executives to the market. Now, when you look at that trend, when I say less than 1% are minorities nationally, it's caused by neither lack of education, nor is it caused by prejudice. Neither of the two are the reasons why that percentage is so low, but it's actually caused by the fact of lack of access to networks. In any business, particularly and especially in real estate and commercial real estate, if you do not have access to the network, your deals will not get done, and those of you that are searching for jobs will not gain access to those jobs because you are not linked in. They already know who they're going to work with. You're on the outside. And in order for you to get on the inside, you have to know the people. You have to be part of these networking types of events that invite and share and conversate and get them to know, feel, touch, and understand what it is that you bring to the table. Okay? So it's a lack of engagement into the networks. Locally, here in the region, the equation looks like this. It's actually even more dismal. The equation is lack of a formalized education plus the disengagement of the network equals that lower percentage amount. So here in the Pittsburgh region, there isn't even a formalized training for commercial real estate. So many of the universities across the country at least offer those programs. There is not one here. PACR aims to bridge the gap. We plan to do that by a collaboration, we will work with 5 different partners. There's an education partner. That education partner's goal is to provide classroom training space. There's an industry and a foundation partner. The industry's partner will actually, seek professionals that are currently seasoned professionals that are in the commercial real estate industry that will come and teach the classes. The foundation partners and the industry partners will fund the program. And then the association partners will provide curriculum and will also help to provide review of the curriculum. And then the community partners. The community partners are our best friends because they aid in helping us to get the word out. It's a successful model. I'm not recreating the wheel. I'm in business myself. Let me tell you, I don't make a dime doing this. This is my gift. This is my way of giving back, okay? So I don't have time to recreate the wheel. So we found one that was successful, and we're just simply bringing it back here, making alterations that fit this market. It's been successful in California with the Ross Institute at USC. It's been successful at Marquette with the ACRE program. And it's been successful as the genesis by the REAP program out of Washington, D.C. So successful that it traveled from D.C. to Miami, to Chicago, and to New York, all with the same initiative and goal. How can we increase the level of participation? When you compare it to business executives that make up about 8% of the population that are minorities, and attorneys that are about 5% of the population, when you understand what I mean by that less than 1%, you understand that we have a ways to go. And on that bus tour, so many opportunities, and they're talking about we'd like to have partners, we'd like to have leasing opportunities, this and that. Who knows these markets better than us? So we want to provide them.
Okay, I'm going to briefly just talk a little bit more in depth about the course. What the course is, PACRE, it's a 25-week course that meets once per week. And the course, unlike any other traditional course, is taught by using a sandwich teaching method. What a sandwich teaching method is, there's theory, so you learn your book knowledge. And again, we're not reinventing the wheel. It's not something me and John came up with. It's a curriculum modeled after successful programs such as with Marquette. So you have your book knowledge, but then you have real-world application. So everything you just learned, you then go out and maybe go to a site and actually get to instantly apply it. Since the courses are also taught by industry professionals, that's another unique component of the program, because it's taught by people who are doing this on a day-to-day basis, and then they're taking you out to their facilities. And for example, if this particular lesson is on commercial leasing, you're learning about commercial leasing, then you're going out with a commercial leasing agent to maybe see how they wrote up a contract or see how they come up with a price to determine space for this particular amount of square footage. So it's real-world application. You also do case studies, and the case studies are also specifically on what you just learned. So the course is unlike any other course because it's more than just book knowledge. Additionally, there's mandatory networking events. Sean already talked about the importance of networking, and I'm sure everyone in this room knows about networking and how it's so important to really opening the door for any particular industry, but especially in commercial real estate. Now, these are mandatory, and throughout the 25 weeks, there's 3 built-in networking events, and these networking events are with your classroom instructors. Again, the instructors are people who work in the field like architects, commercial developers, commercial leasing agents, commercial brokers, etc. People who own companies. That's basically the course in a nutshell.
They know how to dance, and if they don't, they don't learn. It's fun, and I love doing that. Thank you so much, Brian, for all that.
So she has contact details.
Is there space?